Welcome to Practice English Conversations. Are you ready to practice your English and become more fluent? Let's get started.
Hi, Liam. How are you today?
Hi, Sophie. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. I've been thinking a lot about my personal finances lately. I want to share my tips on saving money and managing my budget. Do you often think about these things?
Yes, I do. I try to save money every month and plan my spending carefully. I use a simple budget plan that helps me track my income and expenses.
That's great, Liam. I also use a budget planner. I write down my monthly income and all my expenses. This way, I can see where my money goes and find ways to save.
Exactly. For example, I noticed that I was spending too much on small things like coffee and snacks. Now I make coffee at home and pack a lunch. It saves me a lot of money.
I have a similar habit. I try to avoid buying food outside every day. Instead, I prepare meals at home and take my lunch to work. It is healthier and cheaper.
Right. I also use a mobile app that tracks my spending. It shows me how much I spend each week. That helps me adjust my habits.
That sounds useful. I sometimes use a simple spreadsheet on my computer to record my expenses. I add up my bills, groceries, and leisure costs. Then I see if I can cut down on any of them.
Do you have any tips on how to save more money?
Yes, I try to set a small goal each month. For example, I aim to save 10% of my income. I put that money into a savings account as soon as I get paid.
I like that idea. I also set up an automatic transfer to my savings account. Every time I receive my salary, a part of it goes straight to savings. That way, I do not spend it by mistake.
Automation is very helpful. It makes saving money a habit without too much effort. I also try to avoid impulse buys by making a shopping list before I go to the store.
Yes, making a list helps a lot. I do that too, especially when I go grocery shopping. I stick to my list so that I do not buy things I do not need.
I believe that small habits add up over time. For example, using a reusable water bottle instead of buying bottled water saves money and is better for the environment.
Absolutely. I have a reusable bottle and I always carry it with me. I also try to cancel subscriptions I do not use. It is amazing how much money can be saved by reviewing all my monthly services.
That is a very smart move. I reviewed my subscriptions last month and canceled a couple of streaming services I rarely use. Now I feel my budget is much tighter and controlled.
Do you also think about investing your savings? I have started to invest a small amount in a mutual fund. It is a safe way to grow my money slowly.
I have thought about it, but I am still new to investing. I read a little about stocks and bonds. I know that small investments can add up over time.
Yes, I started with a small amount to learn the basics. I invest in a low-cost index fund. It is not risky and can give me good returns in the long run.
That sounds interesting, Liam. I might start reading more about it. I want to learn how to invest safely so that I can reach my financial goals faster.
There are many online resources and books that explain investing in simple language. I recommend starting with beginner-friendly websites that explain basic terms like diversification and portfolio.
I will look for those resources. I think financial education is very important. When we understand how money works, we can make better decisions.
I agree completely. I believe that managing your money well is a skill that everyone should learn. It helps us live a more secure and stress-free life.
Yes, and it also gives us more freedom to pursue our dreams. For example, I want to save enough money to travel more. I plan to set aside a part of my salary for my travel fund.
That is a wonderful goal, Sophie. I have a similar dream of traveling around the country. I want to visit new cities and learn about different cultures.
Saving money for travel is exciting. I think it is important to have both short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals can be small savings, while long-term goals can be for big dreams like traveling or buying a house.
That is very true. I set small goals, like saving $50 each month, and then a big goal, like saving $1,000 for a trip. When I reach one goal, I feel motivated to work towards the next.
Celebrating small wins is very important. It keeps you positive and helps you see your progress. I sometimes reward myself with a little treat when I meet my savings goal.
That is a good habit, too. It makes the process more enjoyable. I sometimes allow myself to buy a book or have a special coffee when I save enough money.
Speaking of coffee, I try to make my own at home instead of buying it from a cafe every day. It saves a lot of money, and I can experiment with different recipes.
I do that as well. Making coffee at home not only saves money, but also allows me to enjoy a cup of coffee the way I like it. I even tried making cold brew recently.
Cold brew is great for hot days. I also try to cook more at home. I plan my meals and buy groceries in bulk. This way, I avoid eating out too often and save money on food.
Cooking at home is very effective. I like to prepare simple meals, like pasta with vegetables, or stir-fry dishes. It is healthier and cheaper than eating out.
I completely agree. In addition to saving money, cooking at home also gives me the chance to try new recipes and learn about nutrition.
Yes, and sometimes I share recipes with my friends. We exchange ideas on how to cook a meal that is both tasty and budget-friendly.
That is wonderful. Sharing knowledge helps us all improve our financial habits and our lifestyle.
I also believe that keeping track of your spending helps you understand your financial habits. I write down all my expenses at the end of each day. It helps me see where I can cut back.
I do that too. I use a simple notebook to list my expenses. It is not complicated, but it makes a big difference.
When you see your spending written down, you become more careful about unnecessary purchases. It motivates you to save more.
Exactly. Every little amount saved can add up over time. I feel that managing my money well gives me peace of mind and helps me plan for the future.
I agree, Sophie. It is all about being aware of your habits and making small changes that add up. Saving money is not about being cheap. It is about being smart with your resources.
Well said, Liam. I believe that with a clear budget, a regular saving plan, and some small investments, we can secure our financial future.
Yes, and I feel that every step I take towards saving and managing my money brings me closer to my dreams, like traveling and investing in my education.
That is very inspiring. Thank you for sharing your ideas and tips with me, Liam. I feel more motivated to review my budget and maybe start a small investment plan.
Thank you, Sophie. I enjoyed our conversation. It is always good to share our experiences and learn from each other. I believe that if we keep these habits, we will both achieve our financial goals.
Let's keep in touch and update each other on our progress. Maybe we can meet for coffee once a month and discuss new tips on saving money and budgeting.
That sounds like a great plan, Sophie. I look forward to our future meetings and to learning more about smart financial management.
Me too, Liam. I wish you the best in your savings and investments. Have a wonderful day and keep working towards your dreams.
Thank you, Sophie. You too. Take care and goodbye.
Goodbye, Liam.
Great job practicing with us today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next English conversation. See you in the next video. Keep practicing and stay confident.